Hello, collective. It's Veronica here to do a check-in for you. We're going to quickly see what's going on in your universe. Yeah. Hope you are well. Okay. Collective energy. What's happening? What's going on? Collective. All right. Central issue today is the Eight of Cups. Okay. We're turning our back on stuff that doesn't make sense, that's not functional, that's been emotionally draining. That could be, if it's a collective reading, it could be the media. It could be anything that's like propaganda based, which is a lot of stuff. King of Cups reversed. That's in the past. And then the Strength reversed in the future. Crowning is the Nine of Pentacles. And then your foundation is the Ace of Swords reversed. Yep. Lies. Some of you have been dealing with masculine energy, whether it's through work or whatever you're paying attention to. Maybe you have a male in your life that's acting like this, but like tripping balls because of lies. Emotional unavailability and just nasty energy. This feels like coercion, especially in business, I feel. Nine of Pentacles. So if any of you guys are dealing with what you suspect to be that, you're not wrong. I'm just confirming this, especially if it's like people in the workplace that you suspect. Okay. I feel like it's a masculine figure. Strong Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Leo, Virgo. That's what's coming through. If it's someone in power, you could be quitting or leaving a scenario that's family based. Big business, though. I feel big business. This is sort of a someone lied on you thing for this. So if there's a bunch of my people that are needing some sort of like sign, if at work you feel like people are just not, they're just spreading lies and rumors in general, or specifically about you, they're doing it for abundance purposes, financial abundance, and trying to rise up, but they were never like good at the job. They were never going to follow through. Trying to push you out of the company. If you feel like when I say collective, I mean groups of people that are meant to connect to a reading, right? Whether it's a little group of people, but bigger than the average, or it's massive. It doesn't have to be worldwide right now. I feel like there's like the boys club pushing people around. If you're a person that's innocent and you're not involved in it, but you're getting pushed around, it's because of a specific male. They're an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have Virgo, but like I said, I feel Scorpio, Virgo, and Leo the strongest. Here's your Leo. This Leo would be born in August, if that resonates. This person is not emotionally available. This is not a love relationship reading. This is not a cheating reading. It is someone who is inept in many ways, but strongly in the business sense. Like they're going from one thing to the next. It looks like they're a traveler. So they travel for a living. Yeah, they're never around is the message. They're not a stable person emotionally or mentally. This is not okay. Also, they could be quite angry or carry these anger issues with them, and you can sense that even if you don't know them very well, but you know it, if that makes sense. Okay, what to do about this male? What are we doing about him? Besides walking away. Oh, there's someone else that'll replace him. There it is. He's being replaced by someone who's polar opposite. Okay, so you see this? This is a big baby. This is a narcissistic baby. This is someone that is a perpetual victim by their own sword and then blames other people for their shit. This is the accountability man, and it is a man. Virgo, probably a Virgo. And they're probably your age or older. This person is very well off because they're smart, because they're kind, loving, generous, because they've charted their own course, because they don't blame other people, because they're stable. They're not running away every chance they get, right? If this is a love reading, I'd be shocked because it feels like a boss replacing an old boss kind of energy. Hello, good day. I feel that this person coming in has more to offer the collective energies I'm meant to connect with today. And I think this is so good. If you are male, especially because for whatever reason, you've got a male here that literally does not like anybody. And you kind of feel that when you're working with them or whatever. Okay. Next step for the collective. Apparently we got some sourpusses in the workforce that don't belong there, and they are being replaced. There's this thing going around TikTok now about, it's a rumor, it's not real, but they're talking about a massive narcissistic collapse. That kind of feels that way, where there's a collective. It's not a massive group of narcissists collapsing. It's a massive group of people dealing with that, and that is collapsing. They're trying to make it sound like all the narcissists in the world are going to die or something. It's wrong. It's fake. Don't listen to that shit. But that reminds me of just, we're, taking out the garbage, so to speak. But it's not for literally everybody. It's not so massive where we all have to take notice, but it'll be pretty obvious to whoever I'm meant to connect with, okay? It's interesting, though. All right, next steps. Next steps. Whoa. Look at this. Hello, girls. Listen, female boss bitches, that's for you. People leveling up. Women. Oh, hi, the moon. Okay. If someone dies, their wife takes over. Just kind of like a scenario. Because we go from masculine to feminine. For some, it's masculine to masculine, and others, this is the counterpart to the King of Pentacles. Some of you, it's a business partnership. And it's going to be one of those things where a lot of people decide to go with duos versus big groups, or they're going to ride alone. It's very like reduced and simplified. How we make our money, how we treat our families, how we're treated is going to be different. We're being leveled up. I got to tell you now, you know how people talk about, oh, the media is trying to distract us? Yes. They're doing it because there's financial choices being made behind the scenes, which always comes out later. And I've been saying this for a while. There's been a lot of stuff that no one ever sees, right? So that's fine. Here, we're experiencing a transitional phase. Now, I told you guys last year that we're going from masculine to feminine. And in this reading, we just went from masculine to feminine. Okay. This is one of those things where a lot of weird gossip on like TikTok and Instagram and whatever other platform, Facebook or whatever. None of those things are really that important. Okay. I think we all know that. Focus on your bag. Focus on your family. Focus on the practical energies that you can get your actual hands on. The other stuff is for people who are in the in-between, which is fine. You're allowed to do that. You can engage in all that stuff. But if you don't have a plan, you're not working on anything, you're in a lull, you're on rest, whatever, that's when you can really give a fuck. Otherwise, it needs to go because it's a distraction from you reaching your ultimate goals, especially for my women. Here's the thing. I would not wrap, especially if you're a single woman, please don't wrap yourself up in all this like podcast stuff because I feel like that has nothing to do with you. It's just crap. So this is for the solid, stable, feminine energy who is, or female, I should say, because it came out upright, who has a lot on their plate, but who's successful at completing those things and you'll be more successful if you have your back turned to the sky. You see how everything's behind you and you're the focus. That's what it's supposed to be. Now, that King of Pentacles we just pulled is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Some of you, it is a business partner, and that's cool. Seven of Cups in the recent history. Here's your propaganda. Here's all the stuff that's meant to confuse you. Here's all the different things you could focus on, and all of it's fantasy based. Then there's the practical energy. You need to stick with that. Okay. Don't lose sight of your plans. This is like planting seeds for the future, but missing it because you get confused or distraught or maybe allowing your love life to take over. Don't do that. It has to be balanced. Okay. You can't have anything take over. This is also about furthering your education, the need for a business, student, home, or car loan, any kind of loan, debt consolidation, or if you have a child that you're supporting. This could be a child that's late teens, early 20s. They're reversed because they're a dependent, okay? But they're older. This is you. Four of Wands reversed and Hierophant. For those of you in big contracts or a contract worker or moving into a contract or moving out of a contract, okay? This is the foundation. It's already in the past. This is Taurus energy. So I have heavy Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, and Pisces coming through. I said heavy Taurus because look, okay? It's the foundation for your next step as a collective. Next step could be up to 6 months from the time you watch the reading or later. So next Taurus season, April and May, there's a big bomb coming, and it's not a literal bomb. It's a financial explosion. You need to be prepared for that. For some of you, someone could be moving out, moving on, quitting their job, ending a marriage or a business partnership to be solo, or they're getting fired, okay? If someone gets fired, Four of Wands reversed, they're going to move in with a Taurus or a Capricorn, or you have a younger Capricorn coming to see if they can live with you. I know that's very specific, so whoever I meant to connect with. If it's not a younger Capricorn, it's a Pisces. If it's business only, there's some funding issues going on. Let me check this. I don't know if this is like your company is running out of money. The boss could be a Taurus, or the person that was the boss. That could be interchangeable. We also have someone who needs to move. I keep getting that move, but it's negative. Okay, show me this. Yeah, Aries, Leo, Sag, they're out of here. So if you're dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag, they're stalling on a move, and you're going to hear about this, or it's going to be like a colleague. For whatever reason, it's covering this next step for a collective energy. If this is a company thing and we have to move facilities, okay, fine. But I'm telling you, there's a financial thing that we're not completing right now. If someone was using a woman with money, so for example, if you find out that maybe a kid of someone's, or just a younger person, more immature person, was latched onto someone for finances, you're going to find that out. They get kicked out of their house or something. There's something that happens here. It's illusionary. So someone was making false promises and they get and the person that's doing it is this. They're like, no, I don't think so. No, thank you. It can also be turning down business loans, home loans, and all that. It's saying no to something financial so that you guys don't get put out or something. So let me see what else is going on with this. Show me the Queen. Yeah, this Queen is very unhappy. And the Wheel of Change is among us. So as a collective group, whoever I meant to connect with, if you're dealing with females or feminine energy, or you yourself are a female and you're unhappy with the money and the way things are going, you're going to make some changes here. Show me the illusions. What's happening here with that? It's about communication. So someone's lying. Someone's been lying, and it's about their money. So if someone's trying to live with you, if someone's trying to get a different job or whatever is happening at work, someone is full of shit. Okay. Don't give out money. Okay. All my wands are reversed. So it's like lack of physical activity, not being able to move forward or plan the future until we fix this financial thing. All the fire energies are reversed. Then we have this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move into a place of control, or we're going to look to the big boss to control the energy going on here. Someone is saying, hey, this is out of control. I don't like the way this is going. I need to fix it. And they may not be able to if they're a fire sign. If they're a fire sign, they're losing their position of authority power because they create unhappiness and being stagnant. Okay. If you're an earth sign or dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo female, or more than one female, because I have two, take a look at this. You guys are going to be working on contracts and making money and doing well. Okay. And then if you guys are getting out of illusions and crap and stuff people say to try and fuck with your head, that person's a Gemini or a Pisces, they're out. Anybody that tries to fuck with you, you need to look at them as a piece of shit who doesn't fucking matter and stay focused on yourself, especially if you're female. Why do I say that? The Queen of Pentacles. You will replace a gaslighting fool, King of Cups reversed, with the Seven of Cups. So that's most likely an emotional fucktard. They can't control you anymore. If this is your boss, they can't control you anymore. So bosses are really tricky because it's like they can lie about why you're getting fired. There's all kinds of stuff here, but I feel like there's a collective group of you guys that are dealing with some stuff that is on the way out. So the person that replaces them, it's like you can breathe again. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to let them push you out. You don't have to let them second guess or have you second guess yourself. That's what they're trying to do. When the Emperor showed up at the end, that's kind of like saying, as long as you keep pushing forward, you're going to reach that Emperor status, which means you have full control over your own life, your finances, and everything, specifically for my ladies. Or they're going to replace that man with someone much bigger, much better, much more secure, stable, and will lead you back to your confidence. Okay. Crazy. There's a lot of energy here that people don't see if we're going to look at like the world stage, and that's what it is. There is more control going on than you think in a positive way. And I just feel like we're still transitioning out of it. Don't let all the stupid little things you see on TV distract you. That's it. That's the message. It's about mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual stability, security, and an ascension. That is our goal all the time throughout the rest of our lives. So only prioritize what you give a fuck about. That's the message, okay? I hope that helps you. But all those little messages I was getting, that's for whoever I meant to connect with. When that happens, it's people that will be coming to see me if they're not already on the live show. So keep that in mind. You guys count, okay? Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Okay, take care.